If you lost the country, you have lost the country. Now you're trying to get it back. Greetings, everyone. This is Type World, Minister of Education, and we will always be talking about the theft of identity. That's the theme in every show. Getting identity back is getting your mind back. Okay, let me get into this message I have for y'all. You hear this president elect keep saying, make America great again. That's a coded message. That's a coded message. That is a coded message. You don't get it. You don't know what he's saying. Where do you hear the word great? You hear the word great in reference to the great white hope. Some of y'all may be a little too young for this, but there's a movie out some years ago, many years ago. I'm a grandpa now, called The Great White Hope. They try to put out a satire version called The Great White Hype. But you need to watch that because it was all about Jack Johnson leading the boxing world, and they wanted to find somebody who can beat him. I mean, they were just going crazy. We got to beat this guy because there was a symbol that if you couldn't beat this melanated man, they are superior, which they already knew we are. Nevertheless, that's when the idea of a great white hope was born. They needed one. So they got the old fighters, the ones who, what is Wilcock, the ones who retired. So when he used that phrase, a great white hope, he's talking about a time when they didn't have to worry about us. We was in a place where they felt safe. They don't feel safe now. They do not feel safe. Not with us all around them. Since integration, there's been an increase of heart attacks among them. And how would you feel if your ancestors has done some dastardly deeds? Don't you feel like as children of those people, you're going to get payback? You can't help but have a guilt. At least they can't. And this guilt is drive them for fear to suicide. And this is not my message, but it's coming through me. So feel free to repeat it and especially research it. So they want to get their sanity back. They want to get their mind back because they have lost. They've lost this war. We the winners don't even know it. We would have more population if we didn't fall for the okie doke. You know, Margaret Sanger, to help humanity. And her ways was to have Planned Parenthood. And last count I heard, it was something like 9 million or something children have been killed, murdered, aborted. People don't want to use that name anymore. aborted, murdered. That's the real name. They was murdered because of fear. Everything they do is based on fear. So he's really appealing to his people. You don't have to fear anymore. I'm going to normalize things because they've been in an emergency since the 30s. The only way this country is surviving is because Franklin Roosevelt had to take it partially make it socialist. He had to partially socialize this country. What do you think Social Security is? Hmm? So he had close to 12 years to socialize this country. They had to. This country was bankrupt. This is too long. I'm not going to drag it out. There's so much to go into it. I'm going to see how much y'all want to know about this because I really can have classes on this for months. 'Cause there's so much background as this information. Why the bankruptcy started. What's the cause of it? We are the cause of it. They've been on stolen land ever since they've been here. So when he said get America back again, he's talking about when you was not a threat. No, make America great again. And that's not saying that's a bad thing. Because remember, if you own your own land, doing your own thing, you at peace, then he's not worried about you. I'm talking about before integration. And it wasn't as bad as y'all claim it was. You wasn't even there. I mean, I'm really trying to wrap myself around this because when I grew up in the 40s and 50s, man, we had peaceful neighborhoods. We didn't even see them people. They didn't bother us. Well, maybe the neighborhood I lived in, I didn't see what a lot of people saw being in the Southwest. I imagine some people in ghettos had to go through a lot. I don't know. I can only give my experience. And I know we owned a lot. We owned cabs, buses. Separate separation is a good thing. I mean, it's a natural thing. The reason would make it unnatural is because the only people who does that, nobody else does that, makes it unnatural. All the people who immigrated this country, not trying to integrate. You rarely see them because they have their own community. They're doing their own thing. So they don't pose no threat to nobody. They're not concerned about them. You let them do their thing. But when you become a threat, is when people think you want to take everything they have. Why would they think that? Because you don't have your own. When you have your own, you're not a threat because they say, okay, you got your neighborhood, we got ours. They can feel at ease. They won't have a lot of heart attacks then. But if this guilt is on them and they feel like they don't have anything, we have everything, they might take what I got. Oh, God. I'm coming. I'm coming. What Fred Sanders say? I'm coming, Elizabeth. Seriously, make America great again means making America white again. And if you identify as black, Negro, colored, you're going to be a part of that mass deportation. I'll send you back to Africa, boy. Well, you're saying you're African, so you haven't denied you were African. And don't tell them what they can't do. He said the biggest deportation ever. Oh yeah. See, they don't have a land. They can't go back to Germany, Switzerland, Denmark. So they have to take a land. So he wanted to bring a fine solution that they have a homeland for their children. Now, which way it's going to go depends on you. If you get busy, man, we got to get busy. Leave them alone. Stop trying to integrate, build their own communities. Do we have any problems? If you keep trying to force them to integrate with you, you're going to send you back to Africa. Because they have never adjusted to that. And I'm talking to black men because y'all been running after them with their women like crazy. Don't see the beauty of your woman? Something wrong with you. Well, the women did it, but only after you did it. So you're teaching them what to do when you have dissatisfaction with your own people. You don't go to another people. Okay, I'm going to go out now. I'm gonna go black on you. I'm about to go to bed. I'm gonna go black on you. I feel comfortable making these videos because nobody's watching them. Last month I had 1 or 2 videos. If I see 3 or 4 people watch my videos, I say, oh man, somebody watched them besides me. Anyway, that's what the Spirit told me to share. Make America great again. Why wouldn't this appeal to all the masses of these people? It wasn't for you. It's for them. But your vote actually, uh, your vote, black men, was a swing vote. They needed your vote to swing it over. Now, have you promised anything for your vote? No, wait. Did you ask for anything before you voted? Okay, so what if, because y'all are so trusting, what if they decide we got to send all y'all who call yourself black back to Africa? Because you claimed you was ex-slave, right? So what's the right thing to do? To deport you back to your homeland. Like I said, you got to know who you are. My family not going to be a part of that because we have done our homework and our paperwork. We are indigenous to this land. So if you don't know who you are, you will be part of that deportation. And don't tell me it can't happen. Y'all been trusting these people, but they had to get the good, great white hope. See, all that ties in. Great, and he's whiter than he's been. If you watch photos of him online, first his hair was dark. It's getting lighter and lighter until it's blonde or bleach blonde, whatever you got now. But what I'm saying is that he wants to identify more or less with the elites. You know, the blonde hair, blue eyes. Because if you have dark hair and dark eyes, you're not considered white by their standards. This might be secret society stuff. Okay, all right. So we'll say y'all got enough. How you hired to the tribes?